Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. So for today's video we're going to be doing a look with the Planet Spirit palette, which is Battybean or Betty Jean's collaboration with Oden's Eye as part of their Perfect World collaboration. I've already done videos with the Laura May Beauty Sea Talk palette and also with Makeup Just for Fun or Amanda's Flora Story palette. So I will link those throughout the video if you want to catch those, but today is all going to be about the Planet Spirit palette. This one's probably the one that intimidates me the most. I love colour, but this hasn't got any deep shades in it, and I like deep and dark in my outer corner, so I think this is going to be an interesting one for me to pull off. So this is why I left it till last, but yeah, we're finally doing that today. So if you want to see what kind of look I create, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so we're going to be creating a look with this palette. I'll just show you the inside. I'm sure you've all seen this because these are such mega hyped palettes. Everyone's been doing videos on them and I'm very late. But what I think I'm going to do, because what instantly grabs me to do is purples and pinks, and particularly this shade. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and challenge myself to do something else. So I'm going to use the greens and the oranges in this look exclusively. Maybe a bit of the gold shade as well. So that's my plan. Let's see how we go. I'd intended to do St. Patrick's Day look. I'm late to the party. Life's been pretty hectic lately. So I'm just going to prime with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, because when I've got such colourful shadows, this is my favourite to use. But how have you guys been? As I say, I've been super busy with work and I knew I wouldn't be able to get many videos filmed, and so I didn't want every video to be with this collection. So it's taken me a long time because I had a collab that I really wanted to film with my friend Jane that we did with the Shroud palettes. So if you haven't caught that one, I'll link that as well for you. That was fun. If you guys like to see looks with older palettes, we used Betty Jean's original collab with Shroud, the It's Freaking Bats, and did a pretty creative look that I really thought came out really nice with that one. So yeah, as I say, I'll link that. And then I did my melt haul because I just really wanted to play with those things. So as I said, I wanted to try and space out my content and not make, you know, 3 weeks of videos when I'm only doing one video a week to be about these palettes, because not everybody perhaps is interested in them. Right, I'm going to start with the shade Habitat, this beautiful orange here. As I said in the intro, this one kind of intimidates me a little because there are no deeper shades. It's all very mid-toned and all very bright. And I could kind of bring some depth in with liners and things like that, but I thought I'd try and keep things light today, which is not my natural kind of preference for makeup. I like a deep dark outer corner or a deep dark coal look, to be honest with you. So when I first saw this palette announced, I was like, this isn't Betty Jean's style really, but then when I've seen the looks that she's created with it, it absolutely makes sense. I mean, you can't do everything as a Halloween look or a deep dark kind of grungy look. I think she's very much of a makeup chameleon, which I do appreciate about her, and she's done some beautiful looks with the palette. And I think the way the palette is laid out, you can do lots of monochromatic looks, you know, it's just in rows like this, or, you know, columns, whatever. But I'm not inspired to do that. Like if you're trying to do a quick look, then that's fine, but for me I always want to combine colours, and that's the fun of it for me. So I know green and orange, which is what I'm planning to do, are not the easiest to combine, but we'll see how it goes. As kind of dark and pigmented and orange as I expected, even though it's packed over a white base, but it's okay. So I'm going to pack Kingdom, the green matte, in my outer corner and outer part of my crease. Just packing at the moment, trying to get maximum payoff before I start bringing it through the crease. I'm off to see my mum after this. She's going to love this look, eh? Anyone that's been here before will know. My mum doesn't understand why I would want to have a channel, thinks I'm too old to wear colourful makeup, thinks I'm a clown in the makeup that I wear, and I'll get lots of comments like that when I get there. But it's Mother's Day in the UK tomorrow as I film. This is Saturday morning. My husband's at work at the moment, so I'll take the chance to film. And then we wanted to have tomorrow to ourselves because we've both been busy with work and just tired really, so I want to go for a nice long walk and then read some books and play some vinyl tomorrow, just do relaxing things. So I thought if I could get this video filmed today and see my mum today, because my brother will see her tomorrow anyway I think, so she gets to see someone both days, then that's all the good. That's packing on really nicely and it's a nice tone of green. I'm swapping brushes to a Morphe M506. It's a bit less dense of a brush just to bring this through the crease, and I always go higher than my natural crease so that I've got room for shimmers. Where it kind of touches the orange, I'm just going to let it touch. I'm not going to blend those together at all because that really won't work. But now I'm just working on just blending around the edges of this green, and I might go back in and pack a bit more afterwards so that we've got maximum pigmentation. These palettes are okay, they've just not been my favourite somehow, I don't know. I think I'm in the minority, but they're not really the sort of, they're a buildable formula, they're okay, you know, there's nothing wrong with them, but I don't love them as much as say Give Me Glow or Shroud. Just the formula for me. I like a pack and then blend kind of formula. I like really opaque shadows off the bat. And the shimmers in the other two palettes have been a little bit finicky for me, so they're not my favourite, and it's really making me scratch my head to create looks with them. So I probably could have lived without them if I'm honest. It was one of these things where I thought I'd get FOMO if I didn't get them. So it's kind of taught me a lesson that I didn't need to buy them. And then yesterday I gone and bought a palette that I really didn't need, which was the Glamlight and Michaela Part 2, but it was down to $15 and you could stack a code on it, so it was like $12.75 I think that I paid, but then $35 to get it shipped. But it kind of made it reasonable to get it to the UK with such a massive discount because I got 70% off on the Glamlight site. That's looking patchy as hell. I'm not doing a very good job. I'm not on my makeup game today. Just going to try blending the edges with a bit more of a natural hairbrush to see if I can get rid of that kind of weird bit in the corner there. I think it's me, not the shadows. I'm just not doing the best today. For the lower lash line I want to take Habitat, so I'm kind of bringing that around and onto the lower lash line, which was the orange shade. Just going to press that really close to my lashes. Again, where it's touching here, just kind of let it touch rather than blend it at all. Brought that all the way into the inner corner to kind of meet in the inner corner, and then I'm going to pack a shimmer over the corner for an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to use NYX Glitter Primer all over the lids. So I'm taking the glitter primer all the way up into my crease and almost over that matte that we laid down. I have gone lower than I needed to with that matte, but that's fine because it will be covered by the shimmers anyway. So my plan is to put the green shimmer on the outer part where the green matte is and the orange shimmer on the inner part where the orange matte is. Revolutionary, right? That's what I want to do. That's a really pretty green shimmer. I can see on the brush I'm going to like that one. Yeah, that's pretty. That was really easy to pick up and isn't hard panning or anything nasty. That's a nice formula. As I say, that's the thing with Oden's eye shimmers, you never really know how they're going to be. Green shimmer would look stunning all over the lid. A lot of the looks I've seen with this palette have not been with the green or orange, which is another reason why I thought it could be fun to use them. That would be beautiful in a Christmassy look, that shimmer. So picking up the orange shimmer, which is really pretty because it's got goldy sparkles in as well, and I'm just going to take that on the inner part here. That one's laying down nicely. I can feel a bit of fallout on my cheeks, but it's picking up lovely on a brush and it's really dimensional and pretty, and the sparkles in it are not too large either, which is a good thing for me, and being a contact lens wearer. Now to bridge the gap between the green and the orange, I'm going to go in with the gold shade Majestic. I'm just going to pop that in the centre. So we've almost got a bit of a halo going on there. But it'll help us bridge the gap between those two colours because they're not particularly similar to blend into each other. And that shimmer, I'm not even using any glitter primer with that, and that is picking up really nicely. I like the shimmers a lot better in this palette than in the other two palettes, I think. I'm going to stick with Majestic for my inner corner as well. Just pop a little bit of that in the inner corner. Okay, so that's the look to this point. Just going to hop off camera for some liner in my waterline, mascara and a lip, and I'll be back with you with the final look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look and it's turned out really striking, I think. And I think I've made the colour combination work, and I did give myself a challenge with two completely opposing colours there, and I think it's worked okay. But to make it a bit more me, I have done a little wing with the Melt Gel Liner in the shade Fortuna that came out with the Amor Eterno collection. I love these liners from Melt. This must be 3 or 4 years old. It's never dried out. They're so good. But yeah, I've just done a little wing just to kind of give myself that little bit of depth that I always crave in the outer corner. Gone in with White Core by LH Cosmetics in my waterline. I'm really digging a white lower lash line or waterline just lately. It really like brightens the eye. And then I've just got Better Than Sex mascara, and then the lip is a really oldie but goodie. It's a KVD Studded Kiss lipstick in the shade A Go Go, which again I've probably had about 4 or 5 years. But I don't have very many orange lipsticks, and I really wanted to keep the orange monochromatic thing going on there. So yeah, this palette wasn't the easiest to work with. I knew it wouldn't be. This one's got kind of the opposite problem for me to the others. This one I struggled a bit more with the mattes. I think that green's sort of fading away in front of my eyes. It was a little bit kind of thin and weak and a bit patchy. The orange is nice, but it needs some building up. But the shimmers are beautiful in this one. So Animalia, the orange, is really, really special. That orange with like gold glittery particles in it. I don't have anything like that in my collection, so that's very unique. I love the tones of that green. As I say, they've picked up really well on a brush. There's no hard pan. So the problems I had with the other palettes and getting hard pan, particularly with the Sea Talk palette, I'm not having those problems with this one. And I can see me dipping into this one more than perhaps the others, particularly for springtime looks, because I want to challenge myself to wear a bit brighter makeup and not always do the typical Debbie looks that you expect, you know, with a deep dark outer corner or a really big wing, or I don't know, I tend to do the same thing again and again, and I'm trying to get out of my box a little bit. So I'm going to try and incorporate this one a little bit more into some spring looks. I really like the look of this Rescue shade, and particularly Sanctuary. That's my kind of colour. So maybe that with the purple shimmer could look really beautiful. So I've got some more ideas for this one, but I really wanted to play with the green and orange because I've not seen anyone do that. So yeah, so that's the final look for now with these though. I've got so many other things that I haven't filmed with that I've bought, and I'll tell you what some of those are, and then you can let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. But I've got, it's an old palette now, but the Give Me Glow Vivid Rose palette. I've not touched that at all. I've got the Glamlight and Chucky full collection, which I am excited to play with. I've got the Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes, and as I say, I will have that Michaela Part 2 from Glamlight on its way, but that will probably take 2 or 3 weeks to get here. So I'd like to know what you'd like to see. I'm thinking that I'll either film with the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette or with the Glamlight and Chucky next. So please drop a comment and tell me which of those two you would prefer. But I'll probably leave something on my community tab as well so that I know what to film next weekend. But thank you so much for watching this one. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoyed the video and that you might consider subscribing before you go. But other than that, guys, hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.